A beautiful young high school girl is murdered. Her killer is convicted, found, quickly convicted, but the mother is just in so much pain. And the reporters come up to the mom after the conviction, and they're talking to her, and the mother breaks down and says, I'm in pain every day. I know this is never going to stop hurting. If I could trade places with her, I would. That night, she has a dream, and in the dream, there's a storm, and a visitor comes to the door, and he talks to her, and for whatever reason, she lets the visitor in. It's a stranger, no one else is in the house. They sit down at the table, and he pulls a deck of cards out of his pocket, and he says, puts the cards on the table and holds one up, gives it to her, takes another one, and puts it face up in front of him. And he goes, if you could trade places, if you could trade cards, would you? And she knows what he's asking, so she says yes. And so he says, go ahead. So she takes her card, slides it across the table to him, and takes his card and slides it over to her. And then there's a big bolt of lightning and thunder, and he gets up and walks out. The cards are gone. She goes to sleep thinking, she wakes up. She goes to her bed, wakes up, and she's like, oh my gosh, that dream was so real. The next morning, she wakes up and looks around, and her house is all full of her husband and everybody else. And they're all upset because she's passed away in the night. And as they're all upset about that, she's looking and seeing her dead body on her bed. There's a knock on the door, and it's the daughter. And everybody's happy to see the daughter, but of course, they have very mixed feelings because the mother is dead now. And so how does a story like that end? What happens next?